Hello gorgeous, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have some tips and tricks for you if you are looking to up your makeup game. Maybe you're having issues with fallout, with messy pants when you're doing your makeup, with eyelashes that need a lift. I've got some tips for you. So if that sounds interesting, just keep watching. The first tip that I want to give you is to pick yourself up a palette. I got this from Shop Miss A. I will have the playlist linked for you. It is a fantastic website where everything is $1, $1.55. They have home products, they have makeup products, skincare, all kinds of fun things, but I love this palette. I got this tip from Mel Thompson, from Tati. It's just a great tool to have if you tend to be heavy-handed and you want some more control with your makeup, or you find that it's soaking into your hand. I'm finding that my products are going a lot further with this. I will put my concealer on here to do under my eyes. I'll leave that concealer there to clean up my wing. I will put my foundation on here, and I'm telling you, a pump of foundation goes a lot further off of this than off of this, or squirting it on your brush. You need so much less. Cream blushes I will put on here, especially liquid cream blushes. I just use a cleaner. Mine is filthy because I used it, but I clean it after every use and just put it right back in my makeup drawer. The next one is to have a makeup eraser or some kind of a cloth in your lap while you're doing your makeup. So many times I will be applying a glitter shadow on or a shimmer on my eyelid, and they go on so much nicer when you use your fingertip. And now I have glitter on my finger, I forget, then I go to put my concealer on and I have eyeshadow glitter under my eye. So don't be that person. If you have excess, you get a little foundation on your hand or glitter on your hand, you never know when you're going to need to wipe, and don't do it on your pants because sometimes it will stain. So I usually use my big makeup eraser on they have minis and they have big sizes. I will use that, but mine is filthy. Not showing that to you. Before you even start your makeup, go in with your lip plumper. Put your lip plumper on because you want to give it time to start to work. You want to give it time to plump those lips. So lip plumper, first step of your makeup. Then the primer. The next tip is to do your eyes before your face. If you are heavy-handed, if you have shadows that like to fall out, one of my favorite shadow formulas is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. That notoriously, I get fallout on my face. So don't be frustrated when you've got your primer on and your foundation and your concealer and you've powdered everything, and then you go into your eyes and it falls down and you just want to scream. Do the eyes first. Do the eyes first. That way, if you have to take a makeup wipe and clean up under your eyes, rehydrate under your eyes if you're like me, and it's not the end of the world. You can do that and then do your base easily. The next tip that I have is when you are applying your eyeshadow, when you're dipping into your eyeshadow, make sure that you are tapping off your brush before you put it on your eye. Again, this is for my heavy-handed makeup lovers. If you are super light, I'm not a big fan of having to go back in, so I'm trying to find that happy medium of not being heavy-handed, but not being so light-handed that I have to go in 5 times. And of course it depends on what eyeshadow formula you're using, but it is always a good idea when you go into your eyeshadow to tap it off. A tip that I also heard was not to tap it on the makeup palette because it can damage your brushes, so tap on your hand. That will help not have excess product go on your face. Make sure that you take a brush and you comb through those lashes before you go into either curling or putting on your mascara, because sometimes that liner can get into your eyelashes, can make them clumpy. Your mascara is going to go on so much nicer if you brush through those lashes first to make sure that there's no product sitting in there and you are prepped for your mascara. The next one is to curl those lashes. I have 3 different eyelash curlers floating around here. I have one from e.l.f., I have one from Tweezerman. This one is from Shiseido. They are all nice. The Shiseido one is probably my favorite one, but the e.l.f. is only a couple of dollars and it works out just fine. But do not skip that step. Curl your lashes, hold it for 20 to 30 seconds. You can pulse it if you want. I've heard different things, but do not skip the step of curling your lashes. You will notice a difference in the lift. Don't be afraid. Practice, take your time. After you've applied your mascara, you want to give it a minute to dry. I recommend having a card, a fan, something so that you can let that coat or two of mascara dry. And then what you're going to do is go in with your fingers and push up. You push those lashes up and you hold. If you go in and you feel dampness, you need to wait another 20 seconds or get that fan back out. But I'm telling you, pushing those lashes up, push and hold for at least 20 seconds, your lashes are going to go up. They're going to look like they're curled. They're going to look twice as long. You're going to love the effect. I've been doing it every single time that I put my mascara on. I may not always show it on camera, but trust me, it's happening. The next tip is when you are using a brow gel. I love the e.l.f. Brow Lift. I love the NYX Brow Glue. If you are putting your brow gel in first, make sure you allow time for that to set and dry. Again, break out that fan, break out that card, let it dry before you go in with your eyebrow pencil or your colored eyebrow gel. Like I like the NYX Brow Gel or the AOA Brow Gel. Even a pencil, you want to make sure that that brow gel is completely dry before you go in, or it's going to mix the products and you're going to wonder why you have clumpiness and it's not spreading. Let it dry. When you're putting concealer on, put the concealer on, especially if you do not struggle with darkness under your eyes. If you're just looking for a little brightness, you may not need this tip. But if you're like me, you have deep set eyes, there's a shadow that goes, you struggle with darkness under your eyes, maybe your concealer is not quite giving you what you want, but you don't want to buy another concealer. A tip that I would give you is to put your concealer on, again, lightly, using your palette, and then let it set. I will put my concealer on and then move on to another step of my makeup. Maybe I'll put the concealer on and then I'll go in with my cream bronzer, or I'll put the concealer on not blended and go in and do my brows. But if you let it set for 30 seconds to a minute, maybe even a couple of minutes, obviously it depends on the concealer you're using and how fast it sets, then go in with a concealer brush and tap it out and blend it out. That is going to give you more coverage because it has already started to set on your face. I've found that has been a game changer to give me more coverage under my eyes, or concealers that I've had too long to return or that just don't give me what I want. There you go. When you are setting your under eye with a powder, you could use a separate powder that's lightweight. You could use the same powder that you use on your face. I have found that tapping my finger into the powder and then just tapping under my eye will help if you suffer from crepiness. If your under eyes are looking crepey halfway through the day, just think less product. Always have a spray brush cleaner on hand. Obviously, you need to be washing your brushes, you need to be washing your sponges at least once a week, I would say, but sometimes you just don't have time. So you have a brush that needs to be cleaned. It's so nice just to take a spray brush cleaner. This one is from Sephora. And then you can take your cloth, clean it off on there, and it's good to go. This one still looks blue because it's stained, but now it is clean. Let me show you a dirty one. Here we go. Let's take this one, the orange that I have from under my eye today. Let's clean that. I'm going to spray it, and then I'm going to take my little makeup eraser. Do you guys see the orange that's on there? But there you go. So we cleaned it, and now that eyeshadow is off the brush. It is looking good. If you want smooth skin, no texture, airbrushed finish, I recommend a puff to put your powder on. I also think this could be a great tip for oily or dry skinned or normal skinned, but when you pat that powder in, wow, does it just smooth it. I have been loving this one from Makeup Forever. I have the one from Tati. I just ordered the Beauty Blender one. If you find that it's too heavy, you can go in with your powder brush and do a little bit more. But for that initial set, I'm loving the puff. When you are lining your lips, if you want your lips to look plumper, it can look a little strange if you go too far out on the corners. So what you want to do is line from the corner of your mouth up, corner of your mouth down because you want to stay with the natural lip line here, and then you can exaggerate at the top and you can exaggerate at the very bottom. But when you stay close to that natural lip line right here, it's going to give a much more believable full-lipped look. If you want your lipstick to last longer but you love a gloss, my recommendation would be to put a matte lipstick on first, let it set, blot it, and then add your lip gloss. Or if you have a nice lip liner, you can line your lips, fill in your lips with that lip liner, blot it, and then add your gloss. If you're using a creamy lipstick or a chapstick, it's just not going to last super long on your lips. So having that matte base, whether it's from a lip liner or a matte lipstick, I would recommend for that lip color to last a bit longer. The next tip is to always apply a setting spray. You can get inexpensive ones from the drugstore. This one is from Morphe. They have ones that will add shine to your face if you are dry, if you want that dewy look. They have ones that will mattify your face, like this one from Morphe. I always recommend a setting spray because it's going to melt the powders into your face. It's going to help your makeup last longer, just look smoother. Absolutely recommend. If you are worried about droplets, you can switch bottles. I've absolutely had a bottle of setting spray that I didn't like the spritzer, and then I had one that I did, and switch that bottle out or get a sprayer. I know Amazon sells ones that spray and it's like a pretty mist. The other tip that I would have for a bad spritzer is to spray your brush. So if your setting spray is spraying wonky, go from a distance and spray your brush, and then you can go in. And then the last tip that I want to share with you is to always be open to new techniques. Watch YouTube, find new creators that will do tutorials and show you how to do things, because we can learn so much. If you've always applied your eyeshadow a certain way but you want to grow, watch that video, read that article, and just try it. You could put your makeup on before you jump into the shower, or wash your face and start over. It's just makeup. It's fun, but be open to new techniques because trying new things can change the game. I hope you found this useful. These are all the tips that I could think of. Literally the last couple days I've been grabbing my phone and adding more notes of tips and tricks that I could think of to help you. Let me know in the comment section if you have a tip or trick that you want to share with everybody. Please, let's be a community that helps. If you need a suggestion for a makeup problem that you're having, maybe I can help with that. Make sure you list that in the comments. But of course, if you've not subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you see when I post videos. You'll get a notification. I post videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. I would love to have you join me. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. I will see you in my next video. Have a fabulous day.